me toca bonda ma to de o cho jen la haru no to cha ton che ya ka lu ki me to che rong se la te yo se bonda ma to de ji pi de ran de la cha to ye du bon wa ke zon ye bu me to de zan de du xin du ma to de ro se sa wi jian la pe do zhe dong ye zhe lang jing de yi me to jie rang ni ni de shuo zhe dong ye zhe lang jing de yi
number of scientists really showing interest about some of the technique or view of Buddhism. So eventually I make distinction. Our meeting with scientists, not Buddhism as a whole, but part of Buddhism. That is Buddhist science. Buddhist science, Buddhist philosophy. And then third, Buddhist religion. Buddhist religion for Buddhist. Buddhist science and Buddhist philosophy is something universal. So now, I think I think 30, 40 years ago, I noticed one day communist sort of the paper which mentioned the knowledge of modern science develop, then blind faith will go automatically. But now seems the opposite. Really well-known top scientists now really showing genuine sort of interest about, Buddhist science, and through that way, Buddhist teaching also. So preservation of Tibetan culture. I do not consider just interest for 6 million Tibetan people, but I think larger community, firstly in the Central Asia, the whole northern Himalayan region, and then Kazakhstan, then Mongolia, and some part of Russian Federation. So preservation of Tibetan Buddhist culture. I usually make distinction, Buddhism and Buddhist culture. Because, Buddhism is for Buddhist, but the Buddhist culture mainly related with community. So like those Tibetan Muslim, they are religiously, they are Muslim, but their way of life is very much in the spirit of Buddhist culture. So therefore, in order to build happy society, peaceful society, Tibetan Buddhist culture can make some contribution. So therefore, preservation of Tibetan Buddhist culture not only for Tibetan people, but also I feel large number of people, particularly millions of young Chinese. So this is I feel. So I want to share some of those Chinese communists who are thinking very narrow-minded, isn't it? Just one-sided. Tibet case, their only concern is how to keep Tibet. No idea what is Tibetan culture, what is the value of Tibetan culture. So any sort of Tibetan's unique or separate sort of identity there, they feel fear. Oh, that might cause for separate. This is, I think, short-sightedness. Very recent now, another sort of movement, restriction, the Tibetan language, these things happen. So I want to share with those narrow-minded Chinese sort of brothers, sisters, please look more holistically. And from all direction, from all sort of dimension, not just the political dimension, but some wider way. That's important. That's one aspect of Tibetan issue. Then another Tibetan aspect of issue is human rights violation. Human rights violation is a symptom. The main cause, you see there, we have our own language. With that language, I think today, as far as I observed well, as a result of observation and personal contact, I think Tibetan Buddhism is the most complete, richest Buddhist tradition that exists in Tibetan language. Now, some scholars from the West who have interest about Buddhism in general, particularly the Mahayana Buddhism, they very much sort of, they consider the reliable sort of translation, the Tibetan translation. They consider like that. So therefore, you see, the negative attitude towards Tibetan cultural heritage, including language, that naturally Tibetans feel very uncomfortable, resent. That caused human rights violation. One day, about more than 5 years ago, one time, one Tibetan, of course, I met, who are profession in medicine field, in medical field. He mentioned, because of his professional sort of thing, so his salary, very good, his accommodation, very good, and regarding his children's education, also very good. No need any worry. But he had, being as a Tibetan, in mentally some kind of overwhelming sort of feeling, very unhappy. When he mentioned that, tear comes. So these Chinese leaders should know, just provide some house or more better facility, it's not sufficient, not the answer solving this sort of problem. Show respect to Tibetan culture. Let them carry all these sort of preservation work, and also including what's the environment, these things. And any sort of what's the mining from Karate, mining natural resources from Tibetan area, so all from part of that sort of profit must go to the local people. Then okay. Then I think things will change. Otherwise, you see, they're just sending more troops, more sort of the security personnel, and more sort of sophisticated mission won't solve. And more suppression, more beating Tibetan spirit becoming harder and harder. That's a fact. Now 60 years passed. Their old method, now I think obsolete. Last 60 years, it failed. Now, future also will fail. Now, must find a more reasonable attitude. So that's, I think, I want to share with you.